Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. Today I'm going to do a video of what I think might be one of the best teams in the game right now. Just absolutely stomping. Just stomping the newest Shinryu, which is Llyud's Lost Chapter. Now here I was struggling to find a selfie friend, so I actually got a pretty gimped selfie friend here. I am commentating over a pre-recording, so I know like what's going to happen here. But I think this might be my go-to team for a while. I like my core Gladio Gao as like a defensive team, but for my offensive team, I'm liking this core Tifa Luna Freya. Just insane the amount of damage this team does. It's crazy. So I'm going to start off here by linking up with Tifa and getting that. Now I could do shenanigans here to get Luna Freya and Tifa both with the buff on, but it's really not necessary. Like, you just put it on Tifa here and just keep it on Tifa and don't even like worry about it. And then the whole idea here is Core's going to be doing follow-ups. I've got the selfie friend to provide the launching. So as gimped as my selfie friend is, at least I can just get the launching, so it's fine. I just don't get as much force charging as I normally would have gotten, right? And then that's the typical core startup. You put the buff on, or you link up with somebody and then you use the EX, and then you've got him with his own version of that buff on, right? So now we have Luna Freya. And so all I was contemplating here is like, do I want to do selfie already, or do I want to go in and start doing Luna Freya stuff, right? So I decided to pop the LD right away. This is going to put heavy prayer on Tifa in core. And then ideally what you do is you quick prayer Tifa to get her kind of set up for her BT and her force. Now, I'm pretty sure I quick prayer Tifa here, but this is like still pretty early, so I just do it because I have it, and then I will eventually move on and do it again later when I get the full deal. But I'm pretty sure I just quick prayer because I have it and it's free. Yeah, so we quick prayer Tifa. You definitely don't want to quick prayer core. Like, you want him kind of sitting back, taking slow turns, right? And then I think we're free to like energy heal and do kind of some setup there, right? Oh yeah, so I want to get the BT on, so sure. Put the BT on right away. The BT is nice because then you get extra turns when you quick prayer or heavy prayer. You get an extra turn added on. So I BT now so that later when I do finally set up for my force time, I'm going to have it. But the general idea with this is basically you are using Tifa's force time with her with a heavy prayer on, and you do a quick prayer so she can set up and then start her own stuff up. She's going to be linked with core, and the enemies are going to be launching. So here's my gimped selfie, and the reason why this is a gimped selfie is it's somebody who's not friends with me, so I only get 3 turns, which is fine. But you see here, when I'm walling, it's not really force charging. So they don't have her force enhanced 30, so that's kind of a bummer. Normally what you do is you're able to pop off like 4 walls with like really fat force charges, and then you go into the LD. But it's fine, like I just kept it because it was the only selfie on my list at the time. And the main thing is I just want the launches, right? So as long as enemies have that 6-turn Rapture debuff, we're free to launch and we're good to go, right? So now Tifa, I open with a battle cry. And Tifa's just like, she's putting up numbers that look like force time numbers when you're not in force time. That's like, she's like, yeah, just 1.6 mil there just off of her free instant turn attack is pretty good, right? And then we get the LD. The LD is going to be looking really good. And we're already launching and stuff, right? So what you find is we're already doing a heavy amount of damage right away. Once again, these numbers will start to look like force time numbers. You know, there's a 2 mil shot just like out of the open, right? Pretty good. So now I've got so I have the full throttle, but I think I save it for when I start force time. So I don't just jump into full throttle. I just do the regular beat rush here. I'll get beat rush plus after, not a big deal. Still pretty good damage for a normal beat rush here with the launch damage. Yeah, what do we got? Yeah, about 2 mil again. So once again, just fat numbers. So these enemies are already getting kind of, like, I'm seeing how quick their numbers are going down. And it's like, yeah, Tifa's going to melt these guys away. The thing with Tifa is she hits so gosh darn hard that they basically set up the brothers fight with they have so much HP during that Shinryu that like you needed something like that to have a longer fight with Tifa in the party. But now these regular Shinryus, they're scaling these enemies to normal Shinryu HP, and Tifa just melts it. I was on a stretch for a while where I was needing like a minimum of 2 force times per fight. Not with Tifa. This is a one-hitter quitter, and actually with this 1 force time, I think I actually have to like hold back a little bit. Because these enemies put a nasty debuff on you that it has a big HP poison on it. And if I don't slow down a little bit to heal, I'm not going to meet the HP requirement. So without that pesky debuff, these guys don't even survive the entire force time. Like, they just get one shot out of here if you set it up properly, right? So now I believe is our... I pop another LD here, and this is because I have the burst effect up. So now this is a 4-turn heavy prayer on my team. Luna Freya is going to get a nice fat quick prayer here. So this is the nasty debuff. And it always hits Tifa. It's very annoying. So you could try to avoid it. You know, maybe a Lena call would help avoid that. But what I decide to do is before I go in with Tifa is I did bring Yuna's call just to do an Asuna and cleanse it. The problem is that they can still reapply it mid-burst. So like, you can be in the middle, whatever, you hit the threshold, they're going to reapply it. So it's really annoying, right? So that debuff is the only thing that's really holding me back here from having a super amazing run. But I'll tell you a hint right now. You see how the turn count is at 5? My final turn count for this is 7. So that's going to tell you how nasty this burst force time is going to be coming up here. It's going to be pretty crazy. Because what's really, like, one of the things that's good about the quick prayer, it's not just you're getting free instant turns, but they don't count turn count either. So that's why our turn count isn't going up here. So yeah, now I'm basically just energy healing. And then I do believe I end it with the EX, because then that way I'm also adding weakness damage. So I'm adding so many things here, so many elements to make Tifa even hit harder than what she does. We're giving her weakness damage with the enchant Ice Imperil, right? And then Core's buff makes her look really good, and Core's adding follow-ups. Selfie's going to be launching. Tifa's own buffs are crazy. It gets to be pretty wild up in here, we'll put it that way. And actually, I think, depending on what the turn count is, Tifa might be operating here without heavy prayer, because when the enemy put that frame debuff on, that actually fills up all of our buff slots, and you can't buff over a framed debuff, right? So it's kind of nasty because it's framed. So we might not even have heavy prayer. Doesn't matter. Tifa's just going to hit like a truck. Whatever, right? So we've got force time ready to go. Tifa's up, so we're going to be ready to just hop into it here. So first thing, this is why you do the quick setup. So one is I wanted to do this Isuna. I want to clear that nasty debuff off. But then I want to do Tifa's burst effect. You want to have her burst effect up before you hop into this. So this is the beauty of quick prayer, is I can burst effect, then I can use force, then I can even pop an attack or two, then go into burst time so that I can really get the most out of that, right? So here we go, nasty burst effect. Once again, this burst effect is going to give Tifa double follow-ups on everything, combined with force time, combined with launching, combined with core. The damage, it gets up there very quickly, right? It's going to be like her burst phase. Casually is the hardest burst phase I've ever hit in this game, and I've like tried really hard to hit like 1 million burst phases with like other combos and stuff. Tifa very easily surpasses that, and like what I'm doing here can be optimized even better, I'm sure, right? There's, once again, I'm not a theory crafter, just an average guy playing the game that likes it, that understands the game to a point, and I kind of know what I want to do. But there are people that study, they research, they figure out how do I optimize the most possible damage, what combo of this. So like, you go online, you can find those people and probably find 150 million burst phase or something ridiculous for this, right? But you'll see what kind of burst phase I get here, just basically doing my thing, right? Just what makes sense to me, doing all that. So what I'm doing here is I'm intentionally eating up some turns while still building the force gauge fine. But I want to go into, specifically what I do with Tifa is I want to go into a burst phase when the force counter is at 8. And the reason why I want to, so normally I would want to go in at 7, because then on that turn 7 when you're doing the burst attack, that's at your max percentage because it's the last turn of force time. But now with Brother Summon, I actually like to go in on turn 8. Do the burst attack when there's 2 turns left. Come out of it with 1 turn left, and you pop that Brother Summon, and the damage be flying, and you're going to see it here. And then on top of that, you still get your attack after the brothers. So brothers C50 is kind of, or not C50, but brothers level 50 has kind of changed the way I think about optimizing my force time. Basically, you want to try to get out of your burst phase with 1 turn left to pop that brothers. So that's what we're doing here. So you can see that, what was that already a 10 mil shot? Like, yeah, that was already a 10 mil shot. So you're going to see very quickly how nasty this is going to get, right? Just a 10 mil shot, like, immediately. So sure, we'll Dolphin Blow here. We get the launch anyways because we have Selfie. But, yeah, the damage is insane here. Because you're getting the Water Kick and you're getting the Somersault, which come from the BT effect. And then, because the battery is so insane here, we're just like max battery on all of these launches. So 13 mil, right? And we're on, that was turn 7. So this part's annoying. We get slapped with the debuff mid-phase. So now the problem is we take these fat HP poisons. So this is why I can't be as aggressive as I want. Because I'm like, alright, I want to kill him, but I gotta like give myself a chance to heal, right? So you'll see me hold back a little bit, but look at this power. Here's the LD. Once again, Somersault, Water Kick, Launch. Basically with Tifa, if you set up with Luna Freya in off turn and launching, like and you could even sub out. You know, I don't know how much it would sacrifice in terms of aura. Probably could sub out Luna Freya for Kayn and just do like double follow-ups with launch. Probably would be pretty insane too, right? But I feel like Luna Freya is providing so much to make us do more damage that I kind of like just having her right there. Alright, how much damage we got on this one now? So, we're only halfway through force time, by the way, right? And these shots are just crazy. So there is a 17 mil shot, and the numbers only are going to go up, obviously. And you see, you can already tell these enemies are not surviving the force time. They only survive because I allow them to survive, pretty much is what happens here. So I believe here I go, yeah, we pop the force right away here. I still want to do a lot of damage. Like, I want one of these guys dead, or if not, very close to dead. Or I want, like, both of them, like, super low, right? So, yeah, we just be going crazy here. Popping up. But, yeah, you see Tifa's just chilling at 1 HP. Because she's just taking all that poison damage and not healing it back. So, my goal here is during the burst, I want to at least get them past that last threshold to get that debuff out of the way. Like, alright, they're going to do their last debuff, that's fine. So here's just a beat rush. This is the 15 CP attack, which is quite powerful for Tifa. If you haven't seen my guide on Tifa, one of the funner character guides I've done. I really enjoyed that. So there, yeah. Just insane damage. Okay. And then there's their last threshold's done. So now we go ahead, go back to the other guy here. So this guy's going to get the BT attack. So you can see they're darn near dead already. So much damage. Pretty wild here. All those HP dumps are just crazy. So this is a 111 mil burst phase. Now I did a previous run where I went more all out, and it was a very easy 122 mil burst phase. So very easy to just pop 120 mil here with Tifa. I kind of held back on like the moveset I did there. I could have done stuff a little bit more damaging there, but I knew I had to hold back. Now look at this, brothers. Look at this, brothers. About a 10 mil AoE we just did with brothers. Evaporated the one. We've got this guy at 1%, so I'm like, alright, Core happens to have a healing call on. Pop the healing call, and then the call kills the enemy. So, thankfully I had that healing call up, because otherwise the big issue is that debuff. Just, you don't meet the HP requirement. But there you go. We did still finish it during force, and I did like hold back a little bit because I had to come out and have time to just pop that call to heal. So anyways, guys, there you go. This team might be like the best offensive team in the game right now. Absolutely insane. There's my lineup. So 7 turn clear, easy peasy. Let me know how your guys' runs were going. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.